Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ACB. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to do this time frame that does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Tuesday, so that is where these green and red line annotations are coming from. After today's price movement, definitely the chart's a little bit more tricky to talk about. Why do I say that? Well, there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean? Well, let's say you're some sort of day trader, flipper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought there, or maybe you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 20 minutes. Well, then, yeah, from that perspective, the chart's looking pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture perspective, I get it, yeah. From the highs, there has been a pretty big pullback. But from the grand scheme of things, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And as long as higher bases are being built over longer periods of time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I am going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective. So if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you probably had more of a day trader type mentality going into it. And the best way to kind of clarify and illustrate all this is, let me just get rid of these lines for now so we can keep this as clear as possible. Now, I should say I'm not saying this is what's going to occur, but just for example's sake, so I can clarify the point of how I'm still calling this chart bullish, let's say that the price even pulls back more, comes down to this green line here that I've talked about before, right around the 765 area, behaves like that, and then start to work its way back upwards. What would you have from the big picture perspective? So emphasis on big picture. Well, let's actually do this real quick. I want to add in a little bit more context. There we go. So from the big picture point of view, you'd have a set of lows right there. You'd have some lows right there. You'd have lows right there. You'd have these lows down there. This is kind of bootleg, but you'll get the idea. So if you envision each of those as stair steps, what do you still have from the big picture? You still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. At the end of the day, that's the name of the game. That's what a truly strong move is going to do over time. It's going to make progress forward. And in this situation, I'm just defining and quantifying that progress point right around the 765 mark. Now, once more, I'm well aware that if you're some sort of day trader flipper and you bought up there, then yeah, you don't care about these stair steps. But that's why I try to offer up a warning that I would be commenting from a grand scheme of things perspective. So sure, today the price pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today, as in 1 day. Looking at multiple days as we're doing here, you can see the price does still have an opportunity to build a higher low. So let's see if the bulls can get that job done or not. One of the biggest questions I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.